Chapter 1. The Void, the Mother, and the Starry Sky. Close your eyes and let the tension in your shoulders melt away like wax near a gentle flame. Imagine a time before the world had a name, before the sun knew its path across the sky, and before the waves first learned to whisper to the shore. In the very beginning, there was only chaos. Do not think of chaos as a storm or a disaster. Think of it as a vast, silent, and limitless room. It was a dark, soft velvet void, a place of infinite rest where nothing had yet been stirred. It was the deep breath before the first word is spoken. From this profound stillness emerged Gaia, the Mother Earth. Imagine her not as a person, but as the first solid thing, the feeling of firm ground beneath your feet. She was deep, fertile, and vast. To give the world a ceiling for its dreams, she brought forth Uranus, the starry sky. He was her equal in every way, a great dome of indigo blue that wrapped around her to protect her from the cold of the void. Imagine the two of them in the beginning, the earth warm and fragrant with the scent of crushed herbs, and the sky, a silent protector decorated with the first distant glimmers of the stars. As you settle into your blankets, feel the presence of Gaia beneath you. Your mattress is the earth, steady and unmoving. It has held the weight of the mountains and the forests for eons, and it can surely hold you. You are safe in her embrace. Now feel the presence of Uranus above you. Your ceiling has dissolved into the night sky. The stars are not fires, they are the quiet eyes of the universe, watching over you with a calm, ancient affection. There is no wind, no noise, only the vast, rhythmic silence of the beginning of time. From the union of earth and sky came the Titans, the first great powers of the world. They were the spirits of the deep rivers, the ancient memories, and the very concept of time itself. Among them was Cronus, the youngest and craftiest, who eventually took the throne of the sky from his father. But the reign of the Titans was a heavy time. Cronus, feared for his power, tried to stop the cycle of the world, fearing his own children would surpass him. He swallowed the gods of the future, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon, hiding them away in the darkness of his own being. But Rhea, his wife, saved the youngest child, Zeus. She hid him in a secret cave on the island of Crete. Imagine that cave. It is deep within the heart of a mountain, cooled by the stone and hidden by thick green vines. Inside, the young Zeus was raised by the nymphs and fed by the divine goat Amalthea. The only sound was the rhythmic clink of the shields of the Curetes, warriors who danced and struck their spears together to drown out the cries of the infant so his father would not hear. Think of that sound, not as a loud noise, but as a rhythmic, metallic lullaby. Clink, clink, clink. It is the sound of protection. It is the sound of a secret kept safe in the dark. When Zeus grew to his full strength, he returned to the heavens. He did not use the wild fury of a storm at first. He used the wisdom of the earth. He gave his father a potion that caused him to release the other gods. One by one, they emerged emerged from the darkness. Hestia, goddess of the hearth, Demeter, goddess of the grain, Hera, queen of the heavens, Hades, lord of the deep places, and Poseidon, master of the sea. They stood together on the peak of Mount Olympus, and the world began to change. The age of the Titans, the age of heavy shadows and ancient fears, began to fade like a dream at dawn. The age of the Olympians, the age of light, order, and beauty, was born. As you drift further into the quiet of the night, imagine you are back in that cave on Crete. The stone walls are cool and mossy. The rhythmic dancing of the protectors has slowed down to a gentle pulse. The war of the gods is far away, a story told in the clouds. Feel the goddess Hestia entering your room. She is the spirit of the home and the hearth. She doesn't speak. She simply tends to a small glowing fire in the center of your heart. It is a fire that does not burn, it only warms. It turns the shadows into soft, flickering shapes on the wall. Feel Poseidon calming the waters of your mind. The tides of your thoughts are receding, leaving behind a smooth, wet beach where nothing can grow and nothing can worry. The stars of Uranus are still there, fixed and eternal. The earth of Gaia is still beneath you, solid and kind. You are the child of the gods, protected in the secret cave of your sleep. The world is being shaped for you while you rest. The mountains are finding their places, the rivers are learning their paths, and the sun is waiting behind the horizon for your command to rise. But for now, there is only the silence. There is only the dark, soft velvet of the beginning. Let the rhythm of the Curetes dance become the rhythm of your breathing, in and out, dark and light, quiet and deep. Sleep now in the arms of the first mother, under the gaze of the first sky. The throne of the world is empty, and the night is yours to rule.
Chapter 2: The Throne of Zeus and the Order of the Heavens. Imagine the air becoming thinner, purer, and filled with a scent like honey and ozone. We are leaving the damp earth of the mountain caves and rising past the eagle's nests and the highest clouds until we reach the summit that touches the stars. This is Mount Olympus. It is not merely a mountain of stone, it is a pillar of light, a place where the floor is made of clouds as solid as marble, and the pillars are carved from the very substance of the sky. At the highest point of this celestial city stands the palace of Zeus. Imagine walking through great doors of beaten gold that swing open without a sound. Inside, the great hall is vast, a cathedral of space where the ceiling is the open universe. There is no roof, for the gods have nothing to fear from the rain or the sun. Here the stars hang like low lamps, and the Milky Way flows like a silver river through the gardens of the gods. In the center of this hall sits the throne of Zeus. It is made of black cedar wood, inlaid with ivory and gold, and draped with the hide of the goat Amalthea. Sitting upon it is the king of the gods himself. But do not think of him as the angry thunderer of the myths. Tonight he is the Pantocrator, the all-sustainer. He is the order in the chaos, the one who ensures that the sun rises at the same moment every morning and that the stars never collide in their dance. Zeus holds a scepter made of cypress wood, and at his feet rests a great golden eagle. The eagle's eyes are closed, its feathers ruffling slightly in the celestial breeze. The scepter represents the law, not a law of punishments, but the law of harmony. It is the rhythm of the universe. As you lie in your bed, imagine you are sitting at the foot of that throne. There was no judgment here, only a vast, stabilizing presence. Zeus's breathing is like the low roll of distant thunder, not a sound that threatens, but a sound that grounds the world. In and out, boom and sigh. It is the vibration of existence itself. Beside Zeus sits Hera, the queen of the heavens. She wears a crown of starlight and a robe the color of a peacock's feather. She is the goddess of the sacred bond, the one who ensures that everything in the world is connected. If Zeus is the law, Hera is the gravity that holds the world together. She watches over the sleepers of the earth, her eyes as soft and dark as the Mediterranean night. In the hall of Olympus, there is a table made of white marble where the gods gather. They do not eat the heavy food of mortals. They consume ambrosia, which smells of lilies and wild honey, and they drink nectar, the liquid essence of life. Imagine the scent of that hall, a mixture of jasmine, ancient wood, and the clean, cold air of the heights. The gods are at peace. The great war with the Titans is a memory as thin as a morning mist. The giants are locked away in the deep places of the earth, and the world is finally under the rule of light. Zeus reaches out his hand, and for a moment he touches the fabric of the sky. He adjusts the path of a comet. He smooths the clouds over a distant ocean. He whispers to the winds to grow still. This is his burden and his joy, to keep the world in a state of eunomia, or good order. Think of the order in your own body. Your heart beats without you asking it to. Your lungs pull in the air in a steady, ancient rhythm. Your mind, even when it is tired, knows how to heal itself in the dark. This is the work of the Olympians within you. Zeus is the steady pulse. Hera is the bond that keeps your spirit whole. Now imagine the other gods moving through the hall, their footsteps making no sound on the cloud floor. There is Hestia, the eldest, who walks to the great hearth in the center of the palace. She stirs the coals with a branch of olive wood. The fire she tends is the central fire of the universe, the one that gives warmth to every sun and every soul. As you settle deeper into your blankets, feel the warmth of Hestia's hearth. It is a golden glow that starts at your feet and moves up to your chest. It is the warmth of home, the feeling of being exactly where you belong. Outside the palace, the hours and the graces are dancing. Their dance is the change of the seasons and the movement of the tides. It is a slow, circular dance, a movement that has no beginning and no end. You can hear the faint, rhythmic sound of their silver sandals on the marble. Step, glide, step, glide. It is the tempo of a long, perfect summer. Zeus looks down from his throne, past the clouds, past the mountains, down to the quiet room where you are lying. He raises his scepter, and a soft indigo shadow begins to spread across the world. This is the night, the daughter of chaos, whom even Zeus treats with reverence. He invites her to cover the earth, to give the mortals and the animals their well-earned rest. The golden eagle on the throne opens one eye, sees that the world is in order, and tucks its head back under its wing. The stars grow larger and brighter, their light becoming a soft silver blanket that tucks you in. The hall of Olympus is growing dim. The gods are retiring to their own shimmering chambers. Zeus remains on his throne for a moment longer, his presence a heavy golden anchor for the world. He breathes out a final soft command,
and the wind stops its whispering. The rivers of the earth slow their pace. The leaves of the olive trees grow still. You are safe in the order of the heavens. The law of the stars is the law of your sleep. There is no chaos here, no what-ifs or could-haves. There is only the steady, rhythmic breathing of the King of the gods and the warmth of the eternal hearth. Feel the scepter of Zeus touching your forehead, not with power, but with the gift of stillness. The clouds are rising up around your bed, soft and white, lifting you away from the earth and towards the heights. You are a guest in the palace of the sky. The nectar of sleep is at your lips, sweet and cool. The stars are your guardians, and the order of the universe is your lullaby. Sleep now, for the throne is guarded, the heavens are balanced, and the great peace of Olympus has begun.
As the golden light of Olympus fades into a soft, cooling indigo, imagine the world beginning to tilt toward the horizon of the sea. We are leaving the high, silent palaces of the air and traveling down the mountain slopes, past the whispering olive groves, until our feet touch the warm, wet sand of a hidden cove. The Aegean Sea stretches out before you, a vast sheet of hammered silver under the rising moon. Listen to the water. It doesn't crash here. It sighs. Hush, wash, hush. It is the breathing of a giant at rest. Now imagine that you don't just stand on the shore, you glide into the waves. But as the water closes over your shoulders, it isn't cold or heavy. It is a warm, silk-like embrace. You are not sinking, you are being invited home. You breathe in the salt-sweet air of the deep, and your body becomes weightless, drifting down through layers of liquid light. The surface above becomes a shimmering ceiling of mercury, and as you descend, the colors change from the bright turquoise of the shallows to a deep royal sapphire, and finally to a velvet midnight blue. This is the realm of Poseidon, the Earthshaker, the Lord of the Deep. In the center of the ocean floor, nestled in a valley of white sand, stands the Palace of Aegis. It is not made of stone or wood, but of the treasures of the tide. The walls are carved from massive blocks of emerald green sea glass, and the roof is tiled with the shells of 1,000 giant nautiluses, each one glowing with an inner pearlescent light. Imagine the gates of the palace, two enormous pillars of red coral that pulse with a slow, rhythmic light, like a heartbeat. As you drift through them, you see the gardens of the sea god. There are forests of kelp that sway in the slow-motion currents, their long amber leaves dancing in a rhythm that has no beginning and no end. Schools of silver fish dart between the leaves like underwater birds, and giant sea turtles glide past with the solemn dignity of ancient kings. In the great hall of the palace, Poseidon sits upon a throne of polished whalebone. He is a god of immense power, but tonight his trident, the weapon that can shatter islands, is leaning against the wall. His wild, salt-streaked hair is still, and his eyes, usually the color of a storm-tossed sea, are now the calm, clear blue of a summer morning. Beside him sits Amphitrite, the Nereid queen. She wears a robe made of woven sea foam, and her voice is the sound of water trickling over smooth stones. Together, they hold the balance of the world's waters. As you lie in your bed, feel the weightlessness of Poseidon's kingdom. The
The gravity of your day, the heavy thoughts, the tasks left undone, the noise of the streets cannot follow you here. In the water, you have no weight. Your legs feel light, your arms drift at your sides. Your head is supported by a cushion of cool blue silence. Feel the pressure of the deep, not as a burden, but as a hug. It is a gentle, steady pressure that holds your body together, tucking you into the sand of the ocean floor. You are safe in the deep peace. Poseidon reaches out a hand and touches the current. He isn't making storms tonight. He is directing the great underwater rivers that carry the warmth of the sun to the cold corners of the earth. He is the pulse of the tide. Imagine the rhythm of the ocean. It is the most ancient clock in the world. High tide, low tide, flow and ebb. It is a cycle that has continued since Gaia first brought forth the water. Let your breathing match that cycle. Inhale, the tide comes in, bringing cool, fresh energy. Exhale, the tide goes out, carrying away the salt and the silt of your worries. In the corners of the palace, the hippocampi, the horses of the sea with the tails of fish, are resting in their stalls of pearl. Their manes are like flowing seaweed, and their breathing makes small rhythmic bubbles that rise toward the surface. Blub, blub, blub. The sound is a soft, watery lullaby. You are a guest in the silent kingdom. The storms of the surface are 1,000 miles away, a flickering memory of wind. Down here, there is only the blue light and the slow-motion dance of the kelp. Amphitrite begins to sing a song without words. It is the song the shells sing when you hold them to your ear. It is a hollow, resonant sound that fills the great hall and vibrates in your bones. It tells you that the ocean is the mother of all life and that you are returning to the source. The palace of Aegae is growing dim. Poseidon closes his eyes, his hand resting on the arm of his throne. The sea turtles have found their caves, and the silver fish have vanished into the shadows of the coral. The great blue heart of the world is beating slowly, steadily, just for you. Feel the Triton's shell sounding in the distance, a low, muffled note that signals the end of the day. The water is your blanket. The sand is your pillow. You are drifting in the infinite blue, safe in the kingdom of the waves, where the only law is the rhythm of the sea. Sleep now, for the earth shaker is at rest, and the deep is calling you home to dream.
As you drift away from Poseidon's cool indigo depths, imagine the water receding, leaving you standing in a world bathed in the soft, honeyed light of a perpetual afternoon. We have arrived in the golden fields of Eleusis, the sacred domain of Demeter, the mother of the harvest. Here the air is not thin like the mountain peaks, nor heavy like the sea. It is warm, still, and fragrant. It smells of sun-baked earth, dried sweetgrass, and the deep floral perfume of poppies blooming in the shade of the olive trees. Imagine a field of wheat that stretches as far as the eye can see. Under the golden sun, the stalks do not stand still. They sway in a slow, rhythmic wave, moving to the beat of a breeze you can barely feel on your skin. Shh, shh. It is the sound of the earth breathing, a dry, rustling music that lulls the spirit into a state of deep, grounded peace. Demeter walks through this field, her golden hair trailing behind her like the silk of the corn. She is the goddess of the great nurturing, the one who ensures that every seed finds its way through the dark soil to reach the light. As she moves, she touches the stalks with a gentle hand, and the wheat bows its head in reverence. She is a mother who knows the value of rest. She knows that for every season of growth, there must be a season of stillness. She understands that the earth must sleep beneath the frost before it can bloom in the spring. As you lie in your bed, feel yourself sinking into the fertile earth of Demeter's field. You are like a seed tucked into a soft, dark furrow. The soil around you is warm and protective. It holds you tight, shielding you from the noise of the world above. You don't need to grow tonight. You don't need to reach for the sun. Your only job is to be still, to rest in the dark, and to let the earth provide everything you need. Feel the rhythm of the seasons in your blood. Your heart is the slow turning of the year. Inhale, the spring, full of potential. Exhale, the autumn, letting go of the harvest. In the center of the field stands a single ancient pomegranate tree. Its trunk is gnarled and silver, and its fruit hangs heavy and ripe, glowing like rubies in the twilight. This is the tree of Persephone, Demeter's daughter. It reminds us of the balance between the world of light and the world of shadows. But tonight, the shadows are not fearful. They are the long purple shadows of a summer evening, cooling the ground and inviting the birds to find their nests. Demeter sits at the base of the tree and begins to sing. Her voice is deep and resonant, the color of rich, dark honey. She sings the song of the grain. It is a song about the patience of the roots and the endurance of the soil. It is a melody that has been hummed by every mother since the beginning of time. Listen to the distant sounds of the harvest ending. You can hear the rhythmic clack-clack of a wooden wagon moving down a dirt path, carrying the grain to the granary. You can hear the soft, muffled lowing of the oxen as they are led back to their stalls. These sounds are not interruptions. They are the signs that the work is finished. The tools are laid down. The fires are being lit in the village hearths. The world is closing its eyes. Demeter reaches out and spreads a blanket of soft golden mist over the valley. This is the mist of oblivion, a gift to those who have labored all day. It wipes away the memory of the heat and the struggle. It leaves only the sensation of the cool evening air on your forehead and the warmth of the earth beneath your back. Think of your mind as a field that has been harvested. The stalks have been cut, the grain has been gathered, and now the land is open and empty. There is nothing left to tend to, no weeds to pull, no seeds to water. The field is at rest, waiting for the winter stars to appear. The sun has finally dipped below the horizon, leaving a streak of violet and gold across the sky. The poppies are closing their petals, their deep red color fading into the velvet dark. Demeter stands up, her work done for the day, and she walks silently back to her temple, her footsteps making no sound on the soft earth. You are safe in the harvest land. The mother of the earth is watching over the boundaries of your sleep. The pomegranate tree is guarding your dreams, and the rustling wheat is singing you a lullaby of abundance and peace. Feel the weight of the grain in your limbs, a heavy, comfortable tiredness that pulls you deeper into the mattress. The stars are coming out, one by one, like seeds of light planted in the sky. The earth is warm, the air is still, and the great harvest of your day is complete. Sleep now, for the granaries are full, the mother is near, and the land is resting in the golden glow of the divine. As the golden fields of Demeter begin to blur into a soft, glowing horizon, imagine the world lifting upward once more. We are leaving the scent of the earth and the rustle of the grain, ascending into the high, clear heights of the morning sky. This is the realm of Apollo, the god of light, music, and the divine order of the universe. In this space, the air is as clear as a diamond. There is no fog, no shadow, and no confusion. Everything is illuminated by a light that does not burn, but clarifies. Imagine the palace of Apollo, built upon the slopes of Mount Parnassus. It is made of white marble so pure it seems to emit its own light. The pillars are fluted like the strings of a lyre, and the floors are polished until they reflect the movement of the planets above. Here there is no noise, only harmony. In the center of the palace courtyard, Apollo stands beside his chariot. It is a vessel of beaten gold, encrusted with chrysolite and topaz that sparkle like the first rays of dawn. The 4 horses, Pyroes, Eos, Aethon, and Phlegon, are creatures of fire and wind. Their breath is the morning mist, and their hooves are shod with silver. But they are not restless tonight. They stand perfectly still, their heads bowed, their powerful muscles relaxed. Apollo has returned from his journey across the sky, and he has unyoked the sun. Apollo is the god of the lyre. He takes his instrument, carved from the shell of a tortoise and strung with silver thread, and he sits upon a bench of cedar wood. He begins to play. Listen to the music. It is not a song with words, but a series of perfect mathematical notes that resonate with the very structure of the cosmos. This is the music of the spheres. Every note corresponds to the movement of a planet. Every chord is the vibration of a star. Pluck, resonate, fade. The sound is so clear that it seems to wash through your mind like a mountain stream. As you lie in your bed, feel the clarity of Apollo's music. It is a sound that organizes your thoughts. All the scattered pieces of your day, the conversations, the lists, the half-formed worries are being picked up by the music and placed into a perfect, beautiful pattern. They are no longer a tangle. They are a composition. Feel the golden light of the sun god. It is a warmth that starts at the crown of your head and moves slowly down your face, your neck, and your shoulders. It is the light of truth, the truth that you are safe, that the world is in balance, and that the night is a necessary rest before the music begins again. Apollo is also the god of healing. As he plays, imagine the music as a physical touch, smoothing out the tension in your brow and the tightness in your chest. His light is a balm that mends the small tears in your spirit. Imagine the horses of the sun breathing in unison. Inhale the scent of lavender and light. Exhale the release of heat and motion. Their breathing is a rhythmic, steady pulse that matches the beating of your own heart. In the gardens of Parnassus, the 9 muses are resting. They have finished their dances and their poems.
They sit by the Castalian spring, watching the water trickle over the rocks. The sound of the water is a soft percussion to Apollo's lyre. Drip, ripple, chime. You are a guest in the house of reason. In this realm, there is no room for the monsters of the dark or the ghosts of the past. Apollo's light has chased them to the very edges of the world. Here, everything is Apolline, ordered, beautiful, and calm. Think of your breathing as a piece of music. It has a tempo, it has a rhythm. Inhale for 4 counts of the lyre. Hold for a heartbeat of stillness. Exhale for 4 counts of silver sound. Apollo reaches out and touches the silver bow that hangs on the wall. He is not hunting tonight. He unstrings the bow, letting the tension snap out of the wood. The bow is now just a curved piece of ash, resting and silent. Do the same with your body. Unstring the bow. Let the tension snap out of your muscles. Your legs are heavy and still. Your arms are long and relaxed. Your back is supported by the marble floor of the palace, which is as soft as the clouds. The chariot is parked in the celestial stable. The sun is tucked behind the curve of the earth, a warm memory of gold. Apollo strikes one final low chord on his lyre. The sound is a deep vibration that travels through the air, through the mountains, and into the very center of your being. It is the note of conclusion. The music is fading into a profound, shimmering silence. The stars are taking over the melody, their distant flickering of visual music that only the soul can hear. You are resting in the light of the sun, even in the heart of the night. Apollo is watching the horizon. The muses are dreaming of new songs, and the chariot of the day is at rest. Sleep now, for the harmony is perfect, the light is gentle, and the music of the spheres is your blanket.
As the silver echoes of Apollo's lyre fade into the distance, imagine yourself descending. We are not falling, but sinking into the comforting, protective warmth of the earth. We are traveling beneath the roots of the olive trees and the veins of marble, deep into the heart of Mount Etna. This is the realm of Hephaestus, the god of the forge, the divine smith who turns the raw fire of the earth into beauty and strength. As you enter the heart of the mountain, the air changes. It is no longer the thin, cool air of the peaks. It is a thick, dry, and heavy warmth, the kind of warmth that settles into your bones and melts away the tension of a long day. It smells of wood smoke, roasted ores, and the clean metallic scent of iron and gold. Imagine the great forge. It is a vast domed cavern carved from volcanic rock. There are no harsh flickering torches here. Instead, the entire room is bathed in a soft, rhythmic glow from the central furnace. The fire is not a raging conflagration. It is a steady bed of ancient coals that pulse with a deep orange light like the breathing of the mountain itself. Glow, fade, glow. In the center of this amber sanctuary stands Hephaestus. He is a god of labor and quiet focus. He does not demand the spotlight of Olympus. He finds his peace in the steady rhythm of his work. He moves with a slow, deliberate pace, his powerful shoulders relaxed. Tonight, the great hammers are silent, the anvils are still. Hephaestus is not forging weapons of war or bolts of lightning. He is crafting the sleep of the world. he moves to his workbench, where golden automatons, his silent mechanical assistants, stand like statues in the shadows. They do not move, but their internal gears hum with a vibration so low it is more of a feeling than a sound. It is a mechanical purr, a frequency of perfect, orderly function. As you lie in your bed, feel the grounding power of the mountain. You are encased in miles of solid, protective stone. No storm on the surface can reach you here. No wind can shake these walls. You are in the safest place in the world, the very core of the earth. Feel the warmth of the embers. Imagine the orange light of the forge washing over you. It starts at your feet and slowly moves up your body, acting like a heavy, weighted blanket. It softens the muscles in your legs. It relaxes the grip of your hands. It smooths the thoughts in your mind until they are as fluid as molten gold. Hephaestus reaches for a small silver hammer. He is working on a delicate piece of jewelry, a crown of quiet moments. He strikes the metal with a touch as light as a feather. Tink, tink, tink. The sound is crystalline and rhythmic. It is a tiny musical heartbeat in the vast silence of the cavern. It gives your mind a single, simple point to focus on, pulling you away from the complexity of the world above. Think of your own body as a masterpiece of Hephaestus's craft. Your bones are the strong iron, your veins are the copper paths, your spirit is the central fire. Tonight, the smith is quenching the metal. He is dipping the day's work into a pool of cool, still water. Imagine the sensation. The heat of your stress and the friction of your worries are being dipped into the water. Sss. The steam rises and vanishes, leaving the metal cool, tempered, and strong. The hiss of the water is the sound of your breath leaving your body, taking the last remnants of the day with it. Hephaestus sets down his tools. He wipes his brow and looks around his golden workshop. He is satisfied. Everything is in its place. The shields are hung. The thrones are polished. The fire is banked for the night. He moves to a chair carved from the heart of an oak tree and sits, his large hands resting peacefully on his knees. The automatons dim their internal lights. The hum of the mountain grows deeper and slower. You are resting in the forge of the soul. The mountain is your cradle. The fire is your nightlight. Hephaestus is your guardian, the quiet craftsman who ensures that everything within you is mended and whole by the time the sun returns. Feel the solidity of the earth beneath you. You are part of the bedrock. You are as unmoving as the mountain. The embers are fading to a deep, dark red, and the shadows are long and soft. The rhythmic tink of the silver hammer is gone, replaced by the absolute warm silence of the heart of the world. Sleep now, for the smith has finished his work. The fire is low, and the mountain is holding you tight in the golden dark.
As the orange glow of the volcanic forge fades, imagine yourself ascending once more, but not to the blinding heights of the sun. You are emerging onto a gentle hillside under the gaze of a vast, violet sky. We have arrived in the sacred groves of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and the clear-eyed daughter of Zeus. The air here is crisp and refreshing, carrying the faint, clean scent of dry earth and silver-green olive leaves. It is a place of metis, of quiet thought and calculated peace. There is no frantic movement here, only the steady, patient endurance of trees that have seen 1,000 years of moonlight. Imagine an ancient olive grove. The trees are gnarled and twisted, their trunks like the muscles of titans turned to wood. Their leaves have two sides, a deep, dark green above, and a shimmering silver below. When the soft night wind moves through the grove, the leaves flip and dance, creating a rhythmic, shimmering sound like the falling of a gentle rain. Shh, shh, shh. It is a sound that cleanses the mind, sweeping away the trivial things. Athena walks through the grove, her gray eyes reflecting the stars. She is not wearing her crested helmet or her heavy aegis this evening. Her spear is leaning against a stone wall, and her shield is at rest. She is the goddess of the quiet strategy, the one who knows that the greatest victories are won in the silence of preparation. She knows that the mind cannot be sharp unless it is first at rest. She finds a seat upon a smooth marble bench overlooking the distant city of Athens. Far below, the white columns of the Parthenon glow like bone in the moonlight. But the city is a world away. Up here, there is only the grove and the sky. As you lie in your bed, feel the clarity of Athena's presence. Her wisdom is like a cool hand placed upon a fevered brow. She does not demand action. She grants perspective. She looks at the problems that kept you awake, and with a single calm thought, she sets them aside. They are not forgotten. They are simply categorized and shelved, ready to be handled when the light returns. Feel the silver white of the moon washing over your limbs. It is a cool, liquid light that acts as a balm for the spirit. It starts at your feet and moves up to your knees, your hips, and your chest. It turns your body into a statue of moonlight, still, heavy, and beautiful. In the branches of the oldest tree, an owl perches. It is the owl of Athena, a creature of the dark that sees what others cannot. Its feathers are soft and mottled, and its large golden eyes are fixed on the horizon. It does not hoot or screech. It is the silent owl, the master of the still observation. Listen to the sound of the owl's breathing. It is so faint, a tiny rhythmic puff of air that anchors the silence. In, out, in, out. Let your breath mimic the owl. You are the watcher in the dark. You are the one who is safe because you are aware, and you are aware because you are still. Athena reaches out and touches the silver leaves of the olive tree. She is the goddess of the olive branch, the symbol of peace. She grants you this peace now. It is a peace that comes from the knowledge that you have done your best and that the rest is in the hands of the fates. Think of your thoughts as the leaves of the olive tree. During the day, they were flipping and turning in the wind, a chaotic flash of green and silver. But now the wind has died down. The leaves are heavy with dew. One by one, they grow still. They hang quietly in the dark, gathering the strength they need for tomorrow. The distant city lights are flickering out. The crickets in the grove have slowed their tempo, their song becoming a deep, rhythmic vibration that pulses through the ground and into your mattress. Vrr, vrr, vrr. It is the sound of the earth's clock ticking toward midnight. Athena stands and walks to the edge of the grove. She looks up at the constellation of the Great Bear, her mind as vast and calm as the cosmos. She is satisfied. The wisdom of the day has been gathered. The strategy for tomorrow is set. She wraps her mantle around her and vanishes into the silver shadows. You are resting in the grove of the goddess. The olive trees are your guardians. The owl is your sentinel. The silver light is your sanctuary. You are a part of the ancient wisdom of the earth, a thought in the mind of the stars. Feel the weight of the moonlight on your eyelids, pulling them down, sealing them with the seal of Athena. The city is asleep. The grove is silent. The leaves are still. The strategy of your sleep is perfect. Sleep now, for the goddess has planned your rest. The owl is watching, and the peace of the olive grove is yours forever.
As the silver moonlight of Athena's grove begins to deepen into a warm, sunset-hued glow, imagine yourself drifting westward.
We are traveling beyond the pillars of Hercules, beyond the known maps, to the place where the earth meets the sky in a soft, eternal embrace. This is the Garden of the Hesperides, the private sanctuary of Hera, the Queen of Heaven. In this garden, time does not move with the ticking of a clock. It flows like a river of honey, slow, thick, and sweet. The air is warm and golden, smelling of orange blossoms, wild roses, and the metallic tang of magic. Here the sun is always half hidden behind the horizon, casting long amber shadows that stretch across grass as soft as velvet. Imagine the center of the garden. There stands a tree unlike any other in the world. Its bark is smooth and white as bone, its leaves are shimmering emerald, and from its branches hang the golden apples. These are the fruits of immortality, a gift from Gaia to Hera on her wedding day. They do not shine with a harsh light, they glow with a soft inner pulse, like lanterns made of solid sun. Beside the tree, the 3 Hesperides, the nymphs of the west, are singing. Their voices are a soft choral harmony that blends with the rustle of the leaves. They do not sing of adventures or wars, they sing of the eternal return. Their song is a cycle, a rhythmic melody that loops and turns until you can no longer tell where it began. Ooh. Ah, ooh, it is the sound of a dream that never ends. As you lie in your bed, feel the weight of the golden fruit. Imagine the branches of the tree hanging low over you. Each apple is a heavy drop of peace. The gravity of the garden is pulling you down, sinking you into the mattress as if it were the deep mossy floor of the Hesperides. Feel the twilight glow on your skin. It is the color of a perfect rest. It warms your limbs and softens your breathing. In this garden there is no tomorrow to worry about and no yesterday to regret. There is only the now, the golden, unmoving present. Coiled around the base of the tree is Ladon, the dragon of 100 heads, each one whispering a different secret of the stars. But tonight, Ladon is at peace. His scales, which shimmer like polished copper, are cool and still. His 100 sets of eyes are all closed, and his 100 breaths move in a single massive rhythm. Listen to the breathing of the dragon. It is a deep, resonant vibration that comes from the very center of the earth. Ha, ha, ha. It is the ultimate sound of protection. No one can enter this garden without permission. Nothing can disturb the peace of the golden apples. You are inside the most guarded sanctuary in existence. The Hesperides move through the garden, their silken robes brushing against the flowers with a sound like a gentle sigh. They approach you and offer you the scent of the golden apples. Imagine that fragrance. It is the scent of every happy memory you have ever had, concentrated into a single sweet breath. It fills your lungs and travels to your brain, turning off the lights of your logic and the engines of your ambition. You don't need to do anything to earn this rest. It is a gift from the Queen of Heaven. Think of your body as one of the golden apples. You are heavy with the sweetness of sleep. Your skin is glowing with the warmth of the garden. You are attached to the tree by a single strong thread of destiny, and for now you are simply hanging in the golden light, ripening in the silence. The nymphs are growing quiet. They find their places beneath the trees, leaning their heads against the white bark.
The dragon laden shifts his coils once, a sound like sliding stones, and then grows perfectly still. The sun has finally vanished, leaving behind a sky of deep violet and bruised gold. You are resting at the edge of the world. The ocean is a mile away, its waves hitting the shore in a slow, hypnotic beat. The golden apples are glowing in the dark, and the nymphs are dreaming of the stars. You are part of the garden now. You are part of the immortality of the night. Feel the sweetness of the air filling your mouth, your throat, and your chest. The garden is closing its gates. The dragons are sleeping. The song of the Hesperides has become a whisper, and the whisper has become a silence. Sleep now, for the fruit is ripe, the garden is secure, and the golden peace of the West is yours to keep.
As the golden apples of the Hesperides fade into a soft, glowing memory, imagine the air turning cool and crisp. We are traveling to the high, lonely peaks of Mount Latmos. Here the world is draped in a mantle of silver and shadows. The scent of wild mountain thyme and cold stone fills the air. This is the realm of Selene, the goddess of the moon, and the place of the most perfect rest ever granted to a mortal. Imagine a hidden grove high upon the mountain slopes. In the center of this grove lies Endymion, a young shepherd of such startling beauty that the moon herself fell in love with him. But Selene did not wish for him to grow old or to face the struggles of the waking world. She asked Zeus to grant him a gift, a sleep that would never end, a sleep of eternal youth and eternal peace. As you lie in your bed, imagine you are Endymion. You are lying upon a bed of soft moss and fallen pine needles. Your body is perfectly heavy, perfectly still. You have been sleeping for 1,000 years, and you could sleep for 1,000 more. The world below, the wars, the cities, the noise, has long since turned to dust, but here on the mountain, nothing ever changes. Above you, the silver chariot of Selene passes slowly across the sky. She is not a distant, cold light. She is a presence. Imagine her leaning down from her chariot, her long silver hair trailing like a mist across your forehead. She wraps you in a blanket made of woven moonlight, a blanket that is weightless yet incredibly warm. Feel the silver silence of the mountain. It isn't an empty silence, it is a rhythmic one. Listen to the wind as it moves through the ancient pines, hushing. It is the sound of the goddess whispering to the trees to stay quiet, to let her beloved rest. Feel the immobility in your limbs. Like Endymion, you have no desire to move. Your fingers are relaxed, curled softly against the moss. Your legs are long and heavy, sinking into the earth. Your heart is beating with the slow, steady rhythm of the mountain itself, one beat for every heartbeat of the stars. Selene reaches out a silver hand and touches the air. She is the goddess of the tides of the mind. Just as she pulls the oceans back and forth, she pulls the thoughts out of your head. One by one, they drift away from you like silver bubbles, rising up toward the moon until they vanish into the dark. Your mind is becoming as clear and still as a mountain lake at midnight. In the grove around you, the animals have also fallen under the spell of the eternal sleep. A mountain lion lies curled in the shadows, its breathing deep and slow. An owl sits on a branch, its golden eyes half closed. Everything is in a state of hush.
Think of your room as the cave of Endymion. The walls are made of protective stone. The air is the breath of the goddess. The moonlight is your shield. You are the ageless sleeper. For you there is no tomorrow and no yesterday. There is only the cool silver now. Listen to the drip of the mountain spring nearby. Plink, pause, plink. It is the only clock that matters. It doesn't count the hours, it only counts the moments of your peace. Each drop is a deeper layer of sleep. Selene is driving her white horses further across the sky. Their hooves are muffled by the clouds, making a sound like a distant drumbeat. Thump, thump, thump. It is the rhythm of the universe, keeping time while you dream. You are safe in the moon's embrace. The goddess is watching over you, ensuring that no shadow touches your face and no sound breaks your rest. You are the center of the night's affection. The silver light is seeping into your skin, turning your weariness into a soft, glowing strength. The chariot of the moon is reaching the zenith of the sky. Selene pauses for a moment, looking down at you with a smile that is as old as the stars. She blows a final, shimmering breath of mist over the grove. It is the mist of timelessness. It freezes the world in a state of perfect, beautiful rest. Feel the weight of the moonbeam on your chest, holding you down, keeping you anchored in the moss. The mountain is silent. The wind is still, the goddess is near. You are Endymion, and the night is your eternal home. Sleep now, for the moon is your lover, the mountain is your bed, and the silver dream has only just begun.
Chapter 10. Mount Olympus at Night and the Great Peace. As the silver moonlight of Endymion's mountain begins to blend with the deeper indigo of the midnight sky, imagine yourself rising one last time. We are floating back to the summit of all things, back to the high, crystalline peaks of Mount Olympus. But the halls that were once filled with the music of Apollo and the laughter of the gods are now quiet. The golden nectar has been put away, the ambrosia is sealed, and the great hall of the gods is bathed in a profound, hollow darkness. This is the great peace. It is the moment when even the immortals close their eyes and the universe breathes in a single, unified rhythm. Imagine standing on the cloud floor of the summit. The air is cold and sweet, so pure that every breath feels like drinking from a mountain spring. Around you, the 12 thrones of the Olympians stand in a wide circle. They are empty now, but they pulse with a soft, lingering light. The blue of Poseidon, the gold of Demeter, the gray-silver of Athena. They are like fading embers in a hearth, watching over the world while the masters sleep. In the center of the hall, the eternal fire of Hestia has burned down to a gentle, pulsing glow. It is no longer a flame that leaps, it is a bed of deep violet and ruby coals. This is the heartbeat of the world. Pulse, rest, pulse. As you lie in your bed, feel the stability of Olympus. You have reached the end of the journey. You have walked through the fire, the sea, the fields, and the caves. Now you are at the highest point of existence. There is nowhere left to go and nothing left to seek. You have arrived at the center of the circle. Feel the infinite sky above you. The ceiling of your room has completely vanished, replaced by the vast, starry expanse of Uranus.
The constellations, the Great Bear, Orion, the Pleiades, are moving in a slow, silent wheel. They are the great clock of the gods, and they are telling you that it is time to let go. The stars are not far away tonight. They are close enough to touch, their light as soft as the dust on a butterfly's wing. Each star is a silent yes, a confirmation that the world is in order, that the gods are at rest, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Imagine Hypnos, the god of sleep, moving through the hall. He is a young man with wings upon his temples, carrying a branch of poplar dripped in the waters of the river Lethe. He moves with a weightless grace, his footsteps making no sound. He approaches each throne, brushing it with the branch, ensuring that even the divine minds are cleared of the day's designs. Now he stands beside you. He does not speak, for words belong to the waking. Instead, he gently shakes the branch over your eyes. Feel the water of Lethe, the river of forgetfulness, touching your forehead. It is a cool silver mist that dissolves the last remaining threads of your identity. Your name, your plans, your memories of the day, they are all turning into a soft gray fog. They are not lost, they are simply being set aside, floating away into the night air. Think of your body as a temple of the gods. Your legs are the pillars of white marble, cool and unmoving. Your hands are the golden bowls of the altar, open and empty. Your mind is the sanctuary where the light has been dimmed and the incense has burned out. Everything is hieros, sacred. Your rest is a holy act. By sleeping, you are honoring the order of the universe. You are allowing the world to renew itself without your interference. The great eagle of Zeus is a dark silhouette against the Milky Way. The horses of the sun are dreaming of golden meadows in their stable of clouds. The silver chariot of the moon is far on the horizon, its work almost finished. The silence of Olympus is so deep that you can hear the music of the spheres once more, but now it is a low subsonic hum, the sound of the earth spinning on its axis. You are wrapped in the mantle of Nyx, the goddess of the night. It is a robe woven from the darkness between the galaxies, heavy with the weight of eternity and soft as a shadow. It covers your shoulders, your chest, and your feet. Under this mantle, you are invisible to all worries and all light. You are a part of the primordial void from which Gaia first emerged. The fire of Hestia gives one final tiny spark and settles into a deep, dark red. The stars above grow brighter for a moment, then begin to shimmer and fade into a velvety haze. The great peace has reached its zenith. The universe is a perfect dark mirror, reflecting only the silence of the gods. You are on the summit. You are in the palace. You are a star in the sky and the earth beneath the mountain. The journey through the myths is over, and the myth of your own dreams is beginning. Feel the gravity of the divine pulling you down, down into the soft white clouds of the peak. The clouds are rising up to meet you, swallowing the thrones, the pillars, and the fire. There is only the indigo. There is only the peace. There is only the breath. Sleep now, child of the earth and the starry sky. The Olympians are dreaming, the world is secure, and the great peace of the night
is yours forever. Hush.